Hello and welcome to I've Seen Everything, where the name is ironic and the reactions are... Thank you, Doctor. Well, we're moving right along here, aren't we, folks? We are already to episode 7. It seems like we just started. And for me, I've been jumping around to different timelines because I've been trying to catch up this whole time, doing reactions for back episodes that I didn't have up after they came out. The whole thing feels a little...
wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Doctor. So, we are at the second to last episode, unfortunately, for this season. But that also means that things are probably about to get going pretty quick here, as far as the whole mystery surrounding Ruby, as far as all these other hanging threads that have been slowly revealing themselves over the course of the season. For this episode, as with all episodes we've watched this season, I know nothing. Why should I? I haven't seen it. You've seen it. You're here. You're here to watch this because you've seen it. Anyway, even though I don't know anything about this episode, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it has something to do with Ruby. And it has nothing to do with the fact that the title of the episode is The Legend of Ruby Sunday. That's clearly just a coincidence. Other than the title, all I know is the little bit of a description it gives of the episode. The Doctor and Unit investigate the night of Ruby's birth, but unleash an ancient evil. I was going to say Unit because I do recognize that robot that's in the thumbnail there from The Giggle. We saw at Unit headquarters then. I think other people mentioned that it was from something previously, maybe in Classic Who or somewhere in Doctor Who lore, or maybe I just made that up. Please let me know. But anyway, Doctor, Ruby, Unit, Night of Ruby's birth, Ancient Evil. How far can I keep going? Also, if you're enjoying these videos out here, first of all, thank you very much. And secondly, I really hope that you'll consider going ahead and hitting the like and subscribe down there, clicking the bell, and hanging around with me here for the videos that are coming up. For right now, we have one focus, people, and that focus is Doctor Who, Season 1, the new Season 1, Episode 7, The Legend of Ruby Sunday. Here we go. BBC, Disney Plus, here we are again. All right, we're back in London, and the TARDIS flying toward Unit, which looks suspiciously like another tower. Kate, Lethbridge, and Rose.
Helipad doors to open.
TARDIS, Vector 1.
And they are expecting the Doctor. I wonder if the Doctor ever makes like a smooth landing. I mean, that's pretty smooth for the Doctor, but...
Doctor on the bridge.
There he is.
Give me the loving!
That's the first time we've really seen the two of them together.
How's your man? How's your uncle?
How's your uncle?
Ruby, Rose, Ruby.
Welcome back aboard.
Kate.
Morris Gibbons. Taking roll call.
Okay, all of you.
Odd. To be honest, I thought the woman in the 73 yards was her too.
She must be here.
So is she Ruby's mom? That's what I wonder.
About so high, 60, slim, fair hair. What?
Oh, he's missed something.
And right on cue.
This is when the whole world is changed.
Susan Triad, IT genius, releasing her software worldwide free of charge.
Which is clearly a trap, but she's all throughout space and time somehow.
It's an anagram. S-Triad spells out TARDIS. The name is TARDIS Technology.
Well, obviously. Thank you.
That is why we've been watching her.
Sorry, I'm really trying to talk, guys.
Never mind the anagram, look at her name. Isn't that the point, Doctor?
Yeah.
She's called Susan.
Is that significant?
That's what I was wondering.
Susan is the name of my granddaughter.
So is it somebody recast as Susan, and is she have some nefarious plot against her grandfather for some reason? I mean, they mentioned her in the Devil's Court for some reason. I thought it was just kind of a nice call out and acknowledging he was in the 60s and that took place in the 60s. But yeah, I don't know. And also Ruby's neighbor that we saw in the Christmas special. Everyone thought she was something, and we haven't seen anything with her. The nurse makes a little sense as far as her being connected to a technology company.
Doctor, am I being thicket? How do you not know your own granddaughter?
That's not her. Actually, I don't know.
Time Lords can regenerate their faces, like a disguise.
I see. She doesn't know that.
So we look different, but we're still the same.
Right. Okay, what for?
Can save us if we're dying, or sometimes we can hide ourselves away.
That is something that I don't know if it was ever addressed, if Susan was actually a Time Lord.
Probability of a trap 95% and rising.
I'd say it's more than 95% that it's a trap. But why would she keep the Susan name unless she was trying to draw him in? I mean, obviously that's a trap.
I don't like it. Can't we just pipe in a bit of applause?
Oh, it was just a rehearsal.
We hacked the link.
Oh, what do you...
Don't want to interrupt.
Watching this, is there anywhere else where we've seen this woman show up that she represented a menacing force? Well, Mel just did something with that palm thing. Is it a reader of some kind, or? But anyway, I'm trying to think of another place where she showed up that she was a malevolent force, other than during Boom, where she was the nurse that was the nurse machine that was killing everybody.
Here it is, safe and sound. Just your story, darling. The legend of Ruby Sunday.
But they can analyze it. Maybe we can see my birth mother. If we can see her face, just one.
VHS has still got its limits.
You work for UNIT?
My mother's part of it.
Is she? Well, if your mother's part of it, then Ruby, you can tell her your mother is too.
Ruby's mom has been working for UNIT all this time?
A warning. Thunderstorms across
Anything I can do.
All right, here's Mrs. Flood.
It's nice for me to get out. I'm always hiding myself away.
Thank you, Mrs. F. Come on, girls, let's find that woman.
So,
I would love a cup of tea.
yeah, you would, Cherry.
Well, we'd all like a lot of things that aren't going to happen.
That was ice cold.
I'd be very careful, Mrs. Sunday. There's a storm coming in.
Yeah, she's someone more than we thought.
He waits no more.
He who waits.
My father, he'd tell me stories about you when I was a kid, but he never, ever mentioned a granddaughter.
I was a different doctor back then, Kate.
Yes, he was. Very different.
If you've got a granddaughter, that means you've got kids.
Well, not quite. Not yet.
But you mean you can have a granddaughter before a daughter?
Life of a Time Lord.
That was what I was wondering. If he has a granddaughter, then who's her mother, and who did he have children with?
Okay, the grandchild.
You've seen my life.
I love they're doing this, too. I love that they're connecting these things.
I bring disaster. Kate. Disaster. What if I go back and ruin her?
For what it's worth, I think you bring joy.
So do I.
Do you think Susan Triad is her? Do you want it to be? To what if you just said hello to her face? Look her in the eye. Would you recognize her?
Yes.
It's getting me a little bit.
Like Morris said, probability of a trap, 95%.
96.
Yeah. Maybe that's a signal, though. Maybe it's thinking it's a trap this whole time, and maybe it's not. Maybe it's her just wanting her grandfather back.
Come here. Come on.
Also, again, Ncuti Gatwa, everybody. It's such an odd role to play. Oh, here we go. I love seeing the two of them together, and it's only the second time it's happened. Now, Ncuti Gatwa, though, it's such an odd role to play. Be so young and exuberant, but also to have to be thousands of years old with all the gravity of that.
That's when Susan Triad.
Okay, so she's not evil, but Mrs. Flood represents something evil. That's what I think. Changes the dynamic because Ncuti Gatwa is obviously much younger than she is, but there's this hierarchy where she talks about him like he's this old wizened person because that's who the Doctor is. That's who he has to play. It's such an odd role to have to play, to be young and old and wise and all that stuff all at once. And he's doing a fantastic job.
Minus 0.1 seconds.
They apparently thought it was a lot more dangerous than it was.
Wow, you have lashed this together.
Doctor, this is Colonel Winston Chidozi, head of Time Window Security.
An honor to work with you, sir.
Everyone's having a nice time chatting and shaking hands.
Projects an image from the past, like 3D history.
We saw the signing of the Declaration of Independence, but all I could tell you was the color of the quill, which was white.
Which is not terribly helpful. I wonder if they did the Declaration of Independence for the American audience, if they chose it for that reason. No, tell her the amount.
Look after her.
How do you talk through stuff like this? You just want to sit and watch, but I'm trying.
December the 24th.
Has this ever been seen in Doctor Who before? Because I don't remember ever seeing it. Please let me know. That looks really cool, though.
Greatest power of all, memory.
What happened? What happened on that night?
We're going to find out.
She left Ruby in the doorway, and then she walked away towards us.
It seems like the Doctor could still go back there, but go like a few minutes later or like after he left or something. But I guess not.
Why can't we see her properly?
It's like she's shadowed, but you can't move. She's gonna walk by, look at her face. Look, here she comes.
Yeah?
It's Morris! Morris, what is happening?
I'm really trying to think of something to say right now, guys.
Did anyone see her face?
No, nothing.
Nothing, sorry.
Colonel Chidozi.
Can't make her out. Sorry, Doctor.
We're not meant to see her face for some reason?
What is so different about her?
Yeah, she's going to turn back around. Okay, that's when he traveled there.
I am arriving. That's me. Coming back in time in 2004 because goblins.
Okay, putting the pieces together.
That TARDIS is almost solid. If time is memory and memory is time, then what is the memory of a time machine?
Okay. Somehow they can use the TARDIS to figure it out?
Your mother is still there. Why is she stopped?
Doctor, I think she's crying. She's given away her child. I took her in, darling, and she's safe.
She's gonna turn around real quick and scare the hell out of everybody.
I wish I could tell her I made it.
And I came back, and that's when I saw the woman. My memory of this keeps changing.
That's what you saw last time.
She's pointing at you.
I don't know why she was pointing at.
Does she know who you are?
That's a good question.
Magnify the woman.
Hang on, fight here.
Come on, Morris. You can do it.
She's pointing at you, but she's also pointing northwest.
Is there anything there?
Colonel Chidozi, you will return to your position.
Just see if there's anything there.
Doctor, you said not to move.
She's pointing him to a certain direction, maybe?
But just look.
Hey, you probably should listen to him.
Proceeding forward, man. There's nothing. There's just the lamppost and houses in the distance. Nothing.
Don't get this guy killed. Come on.
Maybe if I try a different angle.
Colonel, be careful.
Yeah, this guy's gonna get killed. I don't know what this thing can do, but he's pushing it too much. He's gonna back into the turret. Oh, he's going around the back.
Why was she pointing at me?
Doctor, she's walking away.
No, don't. No, Mom, please, no.
That's gotta be hard for Carla to hear Ruby call someone else mom. Yep, there it goes.
And then I just turned away.
I was lucky enough never to have to go through something like that, but I imagine for anybody
I can't see her.
who's ever had a similar story,
She's gone.
that hits pretty deep, or can. Just wanting to know the answer, you know? She loves her adopted mom. That's not what it is. Why did you give her up? Who are you? All those things.
Morris, a second, please.
No, I'm sorry, I've got to ask. What is that?
And where did the TARDIS go? Oh, he already left in the TARDIS. Okay, so that's what she was pointing at.
Doctor, what is that thing? Where's Colonel Chidozi?
He doesn't seem to know.
No. Into the window, stay where you are.
Chidozi, where are you? Are you in
Yeah.
there?
I wonder if that guy's dead.
Winston, are you in that shape?
Colonel Chidozi, you will report at once. Can you hear me?
They're gonna turn it off and he's just gonna be dead.
When is that thing? Is it now or is it 2004?
Come for my mother?
I don't know.
Does it come for us?
I don't know.
Colonel Chidozi, please report.
Maybe it was something that was after Ruby? Something that was gonna put her in danger, so the mother was trying to protect her?
It's Reagan. I don't know.
I know his name. It's the Beast.
The Beast? Does Carla know what it is somehow?
Colonel Chidozi, please report.
Where are you, GML?
GML.
Are you inside that thing? No. Where are you?
I am lost.
It's not creepy at all.
We can find you. We can help.
I don't think he's alive anymore.
I am in hell.
In hell.
Colonel, can you tell us what's happening?
It's seen me. It's been waiting for so long.
He who waits. So we had the toy maker, we had the maestro, then he who waits. And that guy didn't move. Even though everyone else ducked.
Open the doors.
Keep back, everyone. Keep back.
Yeah, he's frozen. Or maybe he's just snow.
He looks like he's been dead for 100 years.
I'm so sorry.
She is understandably not happy. But there's no way they could have known that. There's no way they could have known that would happen or that it would actually harm someone.
Mel,
But that doesn't matter at this point.
take me to Susan Triad.
Okay, well, here's some answers anyway, potentially.
I'm with the media team. Thanks.
Psychic paper. Oh, he is, yeah, deeply angry and sad. When the Doctor loses people or people die around him, he feels every bit of it.
I sent him forward.
That thing killed him, not you.
What was it? And Ruby's mother, why was she pointing at me?
Finished? Now stop grizzling and fix it.
Mel is a great person to bring back. I didn't even get to see her in her original run, but I can only imagine she was amazing.
Doctor,
Doctor, we've isolated an image. Whatever that thing was, it survived on the VHS.
Every time I've watched that tape, it wasn't there.
Just like Ruby's mother has changed as far as what she was doing. Memory changed.
Pixel, we need to know what that thing is.
I've got image control. All desks linked to mine. Coordinating now.
It's going to come through their screens if they're not careful.
What do you think?
It's a crude videotape of a snowstorm, 19 years old, kept under the bed in a shoebox. I was born for this.
I like her.
Susan, could I introduce my friend?
Hello, hi there. I'm the doctor.
Ah, Doctor Who.
Just the doctor.
Joke.
Top marks for enigmatic.
Yeah. Have we met before?
Well, I don't think so.
Just I thought you were.
A lot of people want my time. All I want is a bit of shut-eye.
Okay. Something's after.
Do you dream about a place called Pacifico Del Rio?
She dreams about all the places she showed up.
Do you dream about being an ambulance?
Why being the question.
Sorry, I've really got to go.
Being an ambulance.
She remembered them.
It is a weird thing to yell at somebody, do you dream of being an ambulance? Talking about hell and playing things backwards.
The hell?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Doctor, are you there?
Uh-huh.
Found something at the heart of that shape.
What is it?
This is the TARDIS.
Well, the TARDIS was there on Ruby Road. We know that.
It's there for a second time.
I don't either.
This time it's 20 meters to the north, and that thing is wrapped around it.
Except it's about to take off, maybe? It's glowing. And making... Was that the sound it made in the Devil's Cord? Where he said, no, that's something else.
Doctor, what was that?
Who's made that noise before?
Probability of a trap, 99% and rising. Except the trap is here.
They're gonna... Oh, is the thing gonna come out of it?
The shape exists around the TARDIS on the VHS. What if it exists around the TARDIS now, and we just can't see it?
Okay, clear the area. Leave the TARDIS alone.
Get back there.
I've got to stay here.
I think Susan Triad is a part of it.
She is. She seems to be an unwitting part. Did something in her dreams convince her to do this? So is she unwittingly setting a trap? That's what I'm wondering.
On my orders, all non-essential staff will clear the room right now.
I feel like we're leading up to a big cliffhanger here.
I need you to stay, but your mother will be taken home.
I'm staying with her.
It was a little brutal. I understand it, but that was a little brutal. She's just scared. So it is there.
All right, thank you.
So does her
But
doing whatever she's doing, releasing her software or whatever she's releasing, is that releasing this thing on the world somehow?
we've taken your money. While our technology, it ends today.
Doctor, to confirm, TARDIS it's surrounding.
They're not leaving because they...
And I think
we can.
Okay.
Doctor, we need you here right now.
So it is connected.
Kate, get Ruby to the time window.
What for?
You do not question. You move. Sullivan, take her and run. Just go.
I dare to hope.
Is that in her head or can they all hear it?
I said to that man, who was he? But I keep having bad dreams.
She's doing this live out to everyone watching this.
Great Harbinger.
Oh, Harbinger.
Harbinger.
Like the little boy with the red hair.
Gods bring harbingers to warn us of their coming.
So she was, much like Mel, she was a spy the whole time. I am terror returning, I saw in there. I am never, I'm night.
What do you wanted me to do? Why am I here?
Time window closing.
She shouldn't be in there.
I said this thing was broken. It's going back to Christmas Eve.
We'll step away from your desk.
Stand with me. I'm not losing another officer.
Doctor,
There's
something wrong.
There's more than one thing wrong. I'm trying to understand all the pieces coming together. I'm returning.
And the 3 for
They're going a lot more supernatural this season.
of disaster.
We have the Doctor fighting ancient gods.
Standing on high, the mother and father.
Whatever it is, here it comes.
Indeed it does, Kate Lethbridge-Stewart.
Amen. And Seth. And Sith.
Oh, it wasn't TARDIS. Sutek.
It was the wrong anagram.
The wrong anagram. That's an interesting thing to have form inside your highly secured building.
Away from her. Both of you. Don't let her touch you.
Get back. Leave her alone.
You said you were a doctor.
Yeah, dude, I'd listen.
His hand, all creation shall fall into dust and ashes and ruin.
She may not have been part of this intentionally, but yeah, should have listened, dude. So we're going supernatural, demons, zombies, that kind of stuff. That's quite a look.
I am Sutek, the god of death.
God of Death is going to consume the earth. Or consume all of space and time.
Life will perish at my hand.
It's quite a look on both of them.
Did you think I was family, Doctor?
He wondered.
I bring
Sutek's gift of death.
vile universe.
We went to be continued, I would imagine, yeah. Okay, that is quite the cliffhanger. I would say very well sets up the title for the season finale. But all right, well, that's it for this reaction. Let's go to the wrap-up. All right, well, that was certainly quite an episode. It's difficult in these episodes where you have such gripping scenes, such kind of engrossing action on the screen, or important, like, emotional parts you don't want to talk over, to actually keep speaking during a reaction so you can edit something together. But I just, sorry, I have that on the brain. I just finished editing Boom earlier today, and that was another one of those where it's like, how do you speak during certain parts? And I felt that a lot with this episode tonight. Very, very interesting. Bringing a lot of pieces together. We see Rose again for the first time since the Bi-Generation, or since right after the Bi-Generation. We see Mel again. We see Kate Lethbridge-Stewart again. We see Unit Tower again. What happened to Shirley? That's what I'd like to know. Shirley was great. I thought we were going to see her again. Is that who Morris replaced? I can't remember if his title was Science Officer or not. Anyway, very interesting episode, going right at the heart of trying to figure out who Ruby's mother is. Little hints all through the season, obviously. It starts snowing everywhere. It started snowing in this machine even before the machine was on. I still really get the feeling that Ruby's mother was protecting her from something. It just seemed like the best fit from the very beginning. It seemed like, because she was so mysterious from the beginning, it wasn't some, random person from Earth who was just in trouble and couldn't take care of a child, it didn't seem like. I always got the feeling that what they would lead to, especially if there's going to be some grand mystery around who Ruby was that her mother left her there to try to protect her from something that was looking for her. And obviously, since they found this thing when they went back to explore Ruby's birth, I get the feeling that this thing is connected to her in some way. And obviously we saw Mrs. Flood with Cherry getting real creepy, looking out at the cloudy sky. Apparently knew what was going on with He Who Waits, or the God of Death. So we had lots of little seeds planted here and there that are all kind of coming to fruition now, which makes sense. But why was this specifically tied to Ruby is the thing we don't know yet. And what was her mother specifically protecting her from? Who is Ruby? There's been rumors flying around that whether or not Millie Gibson continues beyond this season. If she does, do we not find out who her mother is this season? I don't know. It's difficult to follow everything to try to pick up all of the references as they've been made throughout the season, throughout the specials, how they all fit together, what the Doctor knows and what he doesn't know. Maybe the call out to Susan was just a nice thing to bring back the name of that character to reference the beginning of the show. Carol Ann Ford, who played Susan, is still alive, and she has come back, I believe, during Classic in the past to reprise her role. I don't know how old she is. I don't know if she would be, if there would be some chance she would actually show up maybe at the end of this in some small capacity, reprising her role once again. So many questions, so many things left unanswered, and as it should be, this is a two-part finale. We're supposed to be dying to know these questions until next week. So we're going to be dying to know these questions until next week. So as far as my rating on this episode, I would have to give this 4.5 stars. This was a crazy episode. It was a lot of fun. There were a couple of emotional moments for sure, but it was kind of nonstop action leading up to something and then understandably cuts off. It's all set up for what the payoff is going to be in the next episode. So I don't know if maybe it'd be more fair to rate the two of them together since they make complete story, but on its own, I'm going to go ahead and give it 4.5. How much did you like this episode? Let me know. I'd be interested to hear. Anyway, thank you so much for coming along on this reaction with me. I've really enjoyed this season of Doctor Who.